For the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, we lost a young deputy, just 24 years old. He has been with us less than a year, from Mississippi. Specifically, he was assigned to our graded detention unit. He did work last night. He is an outstanding young man. We personally recruited him from another police department down south, specifically because of the energy and his love for what he brought to our agency. Our hearts and prayers go out to him and his family and his friends, and certainly our work family as well. We are awaiting the arrival of his family. We are withholding his name until such time. We are especially grateful to the Atlanta Police Department for the work they've done involved in this investigation. We'll turn the investigation over to them shortly. And we certainly encourage anyone that has any information with respect to this heinous crime to come forth. You can call the Atlanta Police Department directly. You can call Crime Stoppers at 404-577-TIPS. And to that end, I will turn it over to our homicide investigators from the Atlanta Police Department.
So I'm Major Peter Malecki, Malecki, with the Atlanta Police Department. So around 4:30 this morning, we did receive a 911 call for a person shot around the 1900 block of Bolton Road. When officers arrived, they did locate a male inside of that vehicle. He was deceased on scene from an apparent gunshot wound. I want to preface this by saying we are very early in the investigation in this case. We're just a few hours into it. What we do know at this point is that the individual who was deceased inside of the vehicle, he was involved in some type of motor vehicle accident. We're not sure if the accident took place before or after the shooting at this point. We did have a second individual come forward and say that they were involved in an accident with that vehicle. They've been cooperative at this point. We do not believe that they are directly involved in the shooting. So we would ask that if anyone has any information at all, as Sheriff said, they contact the Atlanta Police Department or Crime Stoppers to provide any information possible. Right now, we do not know if the shooter was a pedestrian on foot or if he was perhaps in another vehicle. So any information at all, if somebody heard gunfire, if they saw anything, that looked out of place or suspicious, around 4:30 in the morning on Bolton Road, around Peyton or James Jackson, we would ask that they would provide that information. And Crime Stoppers has increased the reward in this case to $10,000. So again, knowing that this is very early, there's a lot of stuff that I cannot answer at this point, but if you guys have some questions, we'd be happy to take a few of those.
So he was involved in a wreck, and the person who was involved in a wreck with this come forward. Do you know if there were any other cars involved in that crash at this point, or is it just the one?
So at this point, we don't believe so, but again, we're not ruling anything out at this stage in the investigation, so that's why we would ask for any information at all that anyone has will help us piece this together. And of course, as we continue to go through evidence throughout the day and in tomorrow, if we do have updates that we need to produce to our media partners and the general public, we'll certainly do that.
Do you have the make and model of the deputy sedan that he was driving?
It was a Ford Fusion.
Was that a personal car or was that a covered?
That was a personal vehicle, yeah.
And was he coming from the graded detention?
It's yet to be determined. He did work last night, and so his whereabouts after that, we will, as part of the investigation.
Could you provide more information about the 911 caller? Did they call it an accident, or what was the specific information they provided in the call?
So it was for a call for a person shot. Yeah, so it seems like we did have an individual observe this accident and then, realize the person had been shot and immediately did call 911.
So I just need some clarity on the accident part of it. Are we suggesting that this was a single car accident, or is there another vehicle?
No. As I said, we do know that there was another vehicle. There was a van involved. The van observed the victim's vehicle kind of driving erratically in the middle of the road on Bolton Road. When they went to pass that vehicle is when they believed they heard gunfire, and those two vehicles did collide at that point. So that individual has come forward. They are cooperating with us. At this point, we don't have any evidence to suggest that they're involved in the actual shooting.
So the van was driving past it and hit the car.
Correct.
But the car had already been driving erratically. Something had already happened before the van.
Again, we don't if the shooting took place prior to, that's things that we're trying to dig and uncover as we go on throughout the day. Yeah.
And Major, just to help the public as far as the area specifically where you believe this all occurred, what area would you say the shooting occurred, where people who may live in that area have been going through that area around that time should focus on?
Yeah, so 1900 block of Bolton Road, James Jackson, Peyton, that whole corridor essentially. If we know it's early in the morning, so there wasn't a lot of vehicle or pedestrian traffic, but we do hope that if someone did see something, as small as it may seem, can certainly make a difference as we move forward in our case.
And so the vehicle you said that was driving erratically would have been this deputy's vehicle.
Correct.
Sheriff, did you say he came from Mississippi to the Fulton Sheriff's Office, or was he at a local agency before coming?
So he was at a local agency. We're withholding it now because it's a very small agency. It'd be easy to figure out. So we want to withhold that, make sure we talk to that agency as well as the family.
Sheriff, we've been hearing all morning just how popular this deputy was. You could just speak to his character, how he was, so well liked here in the office.
And again, as I stated earlier, he was the life of the party, right? He just a very, very good spirit, and it didn't matter what the situation was. And so whether it was community engagement, whether it was working hard at Grady, he was what you would want in a deputy. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.